On My Block, Freeridge is a new Netflix spinoff of the popular series On My Block. Let's see if it's worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. Freeridge is a coming of age comedy following sibling rivals Gloria and Ines and their friends Demi and Cameron, who have unleashed a curse bringing dark misfortune into their lives. There's a new core four in town in this On My Block spin-off series and an unforgettable adventure to be had. So I watched all the seasons of On My Block, and I really did like that series. And going into this, I really didn't have the most expectations since I really like those characters in On My Block and the stories within it. I thought Freeridge was great. This might be better than On My Block for me, because when you look at these 8 episodes, there's a lot of drama in here and a lot of emotional scenes that make you feel connected to these characters within this first season. And I hope that it does continue to have a few more seasons to really flesh out the story. At its core, it's about 2 sisters, Gloria and Ines, and they fully don't get along. They hate each other. They're stabbing each other in the back constantly. They're trying to one-up each other. They both like somebody and they're both trying to date them. The series is dedicated to a lot of Gloria and Ines and their relationship, and they're struggling with the loss of their mother, and their father is sick as well. They just do not get along, but there's moments in here where you get to understand each character, and there is some surprising emotional scenes to where these characters are just letting all of their emotions out. They're bawling. They're just sharing everything that's wrong with their lives. And those moments I do appreciate, because you get an understanding of what these characters are going through, how the moments in the past have affected them. And then thrown in here in the mix of it all is this box they find and this curse that they believe is bringing this misfortune to everybody. And they believe the rise of one sister will be the downfall of the other. Somebody's going to die. There's this curse that's happening, and so it's frantic, and they're worried about how they can get rid of this curse. In the midst of all of that is the relationships between the sisters and the friends as well. There's enough dedication to the minor characters as well to feel like they play an important part to this series. Now, this is an On My Block spinoff, and there are a few references to On My Block, a few character name drops, and I don't want to spoil anything because I did find some things to be surprising, and when they name dropped a couple characters, I found that to be pretty fun. So going into it, know that there is a few mentions of On My Block, but for the most part, this is a spinoff focused on new characters, and each character I just loved. They're flawed characters, and you appreciate about them that they feel realistic and there's nothing fake about these characters, and you feel like it's relatable. All of what they go through in high school and the rivalry between them two, and them constantly arguing with each other and what they're dealing with their father. That all is realistic. It paints a picture of, despite this like curse and like some funny moments with that, most of it feels very dramatic, and there is some very emotional moments for these characters, and each character has that chance to kind of showcase why they are so emotional and why they hate their sister and how can they kind of get past certain things within their lives. Now, much like On My Block, it does have some comedy in here. Then the comedy does work. I found some of the situations that they're in to be pretty funny. It's less of like a detour when they have like these missions that they're trying to accomplish and when they're trying to find people that can help them with their curse. There's not many detours with the story because it really does focus on this. It really does focus on the core group of friends and this curse as well. But there are some other moments in here, like we have parties and this uncle that's trying to sell this off White Claw drink. There's some humor within it, and it does feel a little bit lighthearted at times with those more dramatic sequences. So it really does balance those emotional scenes with the comedy. On My Block did that fairly well, mixing in that comedy. And when you look at the characters like Ruby and Jamal and all of them within On My Block, the storylines were fleshed out for them. very similar to Freeridge. The series brought a lot of humor to it and some emotional scenes for these characters, but I really liked Freeridge. I felt connected to these characters and this group more so than the characters in On My Block within that first season. Obviously, there's more seasons for On My Block, so I feel way more connected to them throughout the whole season. But these few characters in Freeridge within that first season, they did a great job establishing who they are, the relationships, the back and forth between the characters, the ups and downs for them as well, what they are going through in the midst of this curse that adds for some humor into it. It was perfectly mixed for a great spin-off to a show that I did enjoy. It wasn't like the best thing ever, but going into it, my expectations were low, but I really do like these characters of Ines and Gloria, these sisters, and their uncle is pretty funny. And Cam and Demi and what's going on with their relationships and the mentions for the On My Block series, it does a great job connecting the two, also being a bit different. So if you enjoyed On My Block and all of the characters within there and all of the crazy moments within it, I think you'll enjoy Freeridge. Going into it, know that their characters are different, but the story feels similar and there are some connections between the two, but it is a spin-off. And I really did appreciate the new approach to it and the humor and the drama within here, and looking at the sisters and their relationship. It seemed like that was the main focus of the series. It seemed like everything else was there, but in the background, the curse and the other characters and what they are dealing with in their daily lives at this high school and trying to live a life in high school while also trying to deal with this curse. And their mother had passed and their father is sick as well. Just a lot of things are being thrown at these characters, and the way that they present them and approach these characters does feel realistic. So I enjoyed Freeridge. Definitely check it out if you liked On My Block. It is worth your time. And before I give you my score for Freeridge, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. I'm going to go ahead and give Freeridge a B-. Thank you guys for checking my review for On My Block, Freeridge, the new spin-off series. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up-and-coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy too.